Having a great CV is important. It's a way for professionals to effectively communicate their skills and talents to prospective employers. With a CV in hand, you can more easily identify recruiters' expectations and gaps in your experience. Your CV is the foundation to build upon on your professional journey. So, let's submit your CV by using OneGlobe CV Builder. From the candidate's dashboard, you can either select the Post Your CV button at the top right, or the Submit CV button from the candidate's menu on the left. Clicking on any one of these buttons will lead you to OneGlobe CV Builder. Let's start with the candidate's details and fill in your personal information. For your profile picture, you can choose a representative, professional picture from your files and upload it instantly. After that, you can fill in your first and last name, your title, and gender. Your date of birth is easy to input, thanks to the calendar drop-down, where you can select the year, month, and day of your birth. The following fields will require you to input your place of birth, nationality, native language, and marital status. Afterward, you can also add information on whether you have children, as well as their age. In the religion field, you can write down your religion, such as Catholic. Your residence and personal contact information are the next fields to fill in. You can add your home address, email, phone, and cell phone number, including international codes. You can also add representative social media links to give prospective employers more insight into who you are. Your professional background represents the full history of your work experience. Start by filling in the title you want to include in your CV, and your years of overall working experience. Following that, you can add more detailed experience about your working status. Then, include professional employment experiences, in reverse chronological order. You can add the name and position of the company you are working with now, or have last worked for. Add additional information about the occupation, the company's location, as well as start and end dates for specific employers. Lastly, outline your responsibilities within that company. Tick off the present box, if you're currently employed there. You can continue to add more professional experiences, in the same manner as with the first one. Once you're satisfied with your full work history and experiences, move on to the next step. Next up is your educational background. You should provide prospective employers with your full educational history and certificates here. Start by selecting the highest level of education you've acquired. Afterward, start writing down your educational background, starting with secondary education. By pressing the button Add Secondary Education, you can fill in the information about your degree, qualification, the name of the school, its location, the type of school, as well as the start and end dates of your study. You can tick off the present box, if you're still studying there. You can add more educational experience, or remove existing points from your list. Once you've completed your educational background, you can move on to the next page about your skill set. You can add different soft skills from the drop-down menu. Add any skills you believe you have, such as communication, teamwork, leadership, information processing, etc. You can then add any computer skills that you have by selecting them from a drop-down menu. Below that, you can write down any computer skills not present in the drop-down menu. Separate each skill with a comma. Next up, you should write about the languages you are proficient in. Pressing the Add Language button will open up boxes for your input. Add the languages you know, and describe the level of knowledge you have acquired in them. You can use the drop-down boxes to do this. The areas prospective employers are interested in are understanding in listening, understanding in reading, speaking and spoken interaction, speaking and spoken production, and writing. You can also add any language certificates you've acquired by choosing a local file and uploading it instantly. You can add additional languages by pressing the Add Language button, with the same structure and format as the previous one, or remove existing entries if you made a mistake. Once you're done writing about your skill set, you can move on to the training section of the CV Builder. You can add any form of educational training you've acquired by pressing the Add Education Training button. You will be directed to the input boxes, where you can enter the type of, and name of, the training you received. You can add additional educational training by pressing the Add Education Training button, or removing entries from the existing list. Moving on, you should add any work training you've acquired. Pressing the Add Work Training button will direct you to the input boxes where you can enter the type of, and name of, the training you've acquired. You can add more work training through the Add Work Training button or edit existing entries in the list. At the end of the training section, you should choose the type of driver's license you have. Select the type of driver's license from the drop-down menu according to EU type driver's licenses or leave it blank if you don't have one. Visit the link at the bottom of the EU driving license type section for more information about this. Once you've completed your training sections, you can move on to your preferences and career aims section. Your profile summary is a free-form text of up to 160 characters. Think of it as a brief description of yourself. It's an important snapshot of yourself for prospective employers, so make it catchy. Your interests box needs to be filled with your interests in free-form writing. The industry, position, and location of the job you're interested in should be placed in the industry, position, and location boxes respectively. If there's any housing available to you at your location of interest, you can fill in the housing field as well. In the end, you can write about any hobbies you have in freeform and separate each hobby with a comma. Once you've filled in all the information in this section, you can move on to the Working Abroad and Immigration section of the CV Builder. You should first state whether you have an immigration permit or not. Following that, you should describe the type of, and the duration of the visa, as well as any work permits or tax numbers, for the location of your interest, if you have any. You can input your tax number into the appropriate box. Once you've finished filling out the information in this section, you can move on to the Personal Files Upload section. Here you can optionally upload your ready CV by choosing and uploading a file. You can also provide a video presentation of yourself with a maximum duration of 30 seconds. Reference letters, diplomas, certificates, and visas you want to showcase can also be uploaded in this section. In the end, you should state that you consent with the privacy policy of OneGlobe, and state that you are not a robot for security reasons. You will have an opportunity to review your CV before hitting the Submit Your CV button. After pressing the Submit Your CV button, your CV will be successfully submitted and is pending approval by OneGlobe before it enters the CV database for prospective employers to see. Once you submit your CV, you will be able to view it in an export format. By using the My CVs section on the left-hand side of the dashboard, you can review your CVs, edit, or remove them at any time. Congratulations! You've successfully created and submitted your CV with the OneGlobe CV Builder. We look forward to helping you develop the career you've always dreamed of. Endless career opportunities await on our platform. Your OneGlobe team.